got a little bump music. Anglo-Saxon.
Sure is.
This is...
I never heard of this music before in my life.
No?
No, until the podcast.
It's a little rockabilly.
Yeah. Yeah. A little surfer music going.
A little surfer?
Yeah.
A little rock and roll?
Surfer Joe type. Reminds me of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Except this part.
No, yeah.
That ain't Clint.
No.
Well, I can't believe it. This is a first in a lot of ways. You are our second guest today. Our first guest sat right where you're sitting.
First guest.
He was of Spanish descent as well. He was a Latino.
No wonder this seat is still warm, dude.
Yep. Raul
Raul
was here early. And now we have Duran Alvarez from Dust Patrol. First ever. This is our first Dust Patrol guest because you snuck in today to Dawn Patrol. Welcome, Duran.
Wow, you mean JP wasn't? I saw JP's.
He's a Dawn Patrol guy.
He's a Dawn Patrol.
But he goes both. He double dips. But you're strictly, because you work at Stanford,
right.
You're strictly Dust Patrol and been killing it. How many years now, Dust Patrol?
What is it, 2?
No.
3?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, it started with the Three Amigos, and that was 2 years with Three Amigos.
2 years, so we're starting our third.
Starting our fourth, I think. Isn't that right, Cal? Maybe? Yeah.
Oh, man, I lost track of time. That's how fast this thing is going.
Boom. It's zipping.
My goodness.
This is the 12th year of Dawn Patrol.
Man.
I know. Boom.
Amazing.
Zipping.
It's awesome.
Yep. It's awesome.
I remember my first Dawn Patrol. Man, it was just crazy.
I remember you being there in D3.
Yeah, D3.
Dawn was with us.
Yeah. Dawn was with us.
And there was a great crew.
Yeah.
Yep.
I walked in and
Raul
was there. I don't remember him, but Don.
He was very forgettable.
Yeah, Don was just instantly, man. I connected with Don. It was just like magnets, dude. We just started talking and
good man.
It was on. Yep.
Good man.
Yep.
Don,
although he's a 49er fan.
Lucero.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Ortiz.
Yes.
Yeah.
49er fan, Raider fan, but you know what? We got along just great.
You are a big sports fan.
Big time.
Got your A's hat on.
Yeah.
Raider fan.
East Bay Grease, baby.
East Bay Grease?
Yo.
Okay. Not for long with the Raiders. They're out. And there's only 13 more weeks we need to watch that mess that we saw yesterday.
We still got the A's.
You got the A's?
We got the A's, baby.
Well, they're going to move across the creek?
I hope not.
I mean, the creek. Like, they're going to build a stadium next door to the...
Well, yeah, as long as right close to 880, I'm cool.
So we're going to talk a little bit about idol worship, which leads us to sports. And we're going to talk a little bit about Dawn Patrol, a little bit about Duran, a little bit about Dust Patrol.
Right.
But before we get into all that, what's the current state? I love these questions. You're a smart man. I value your input sincerely. I disagree often about your athletic review, like of the NBA. I think there's a fantastic league. You can't stand it. No. And you don't like the Warriors?
No.
No.
I'm not a big basketball fan.
Okay. But
they're bolting too. They're bouncing the SF.
That's not a bolt. They're the Golden State.
They're jumping over
They brought the Bay together. They brought the Bay
Golden
together.
State. How would away? That's just
it's
a cop out.
Their logo is the one posted bridge. It brings both San Francisco. It's the first
Why don't
thing
you just be the Oakland
since Jesus,
the Oakland Warriors or the San Francisco Warriors? You know, be real.
Like the Oakland Raiders.
Like the Oakland Raiders, soon to be Las Vegas. At least they're taking
Even
off
the
and
name,
they're gone.
Las Vegas. It's Las, right?
Lost.
Which is House of?
Las.
Is it House?
Las means
The what's Vegas mean?
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
I have no idea.
You're Spanish. Vegas.
I don't think Vegas is
Vegas.
Vegas. I'm not sure.
Los Banos is the baño.
Yeah.
The Las. So it's the
Vegas is I really don't.
Vega.
I think it's short for something, but I'm not sure.
Well, you gotta check it out. Your team's gonna be there.
We can always Google it.
Let's Google it. Kyle, he's on it.
Google it.
So boxing. You're a boxer, trained guys, owned a gym.
Yes.
And
yes.
Like, what's the current state? You hate MMA? What is it?
No, I don't necessarily hate MMA. I just love boxing. Boxing to me is what I grew up with. Yeah. I mean,
favorite boxer all time.
Favorite boxer, I think of all time. Many boxers, but obviously I think Julio Cesar Chavez.
Julio Cesar Chavez. I can't say it like that.
He's a great fighter, dude.
Is he? When was his era? I've never even seen it.
His was the late 70s, 80s, and 90s till he got up to his 90th fight. and he actually,
90th fight.
Yeah, and actually got 100 fights under his belt.
Really?
Yes, and he had like
what era again? I missed it.
80s.
80s. I was thinking about my favorite boxer.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. But I grew up with this guy, and I saw all his fights.
Yeah,
all his fights, except for his early fights. He had 85. He had over 100 fights. So I saw him. I really started seeing him when he started fighting here in the States.
My favorite boxer, thanks for asking, is Lucretia Little. My sophomore year in high school, she took on everybody and took them to the house.
No, she wasn't a boxer, dude. She was a mauler. She was a big bully. Is what she was.
A big bully.
And you don't mess with them, man.
No.
Not in the street.
No.
The ring's a different ballgame.
Take your head right off.
Yep.
Anyway, we don't want to get into all that. Hey, 3 children, married how many years?
27.
27 years.
27 years.
Biggest spiritual season in Duran's life when you really said, this is the direction I'm going with the Lord. When was that?
Wow, that was at the men's retreat.
Really?
My first men's retreat.
Really?
Yes.
That's what Raul said.
Yes. Amazing how that was. But
different retreat than him.
You know what? It kind of solidified there. But I got to tell you, just a real quick story, man. When I was having marital problems, marriage problems, big time, and a big drinking problem, and just a big lie problem. And one day, in service, Pastor Larry was preaching, and it was an amazing message, because what happened that service was, it was just me sitting in, and everybody, it was nobody in the church but me and Pastor Larry, and it was though Pastor Larry was just preaching to me.
Really?
Yeah, and everything was just
fell away. Everything
else was just non-existent. It was just me, Pastor Larry, and of course it was God speaking straight through him, and
wow,
and getting a hold of me, and just really just calling me out.
Wow.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? And it was when I made that decision to say, I'm going to go to the men's retreat, Dawn Patrol men's retreat, and
wow.
that's where I really just committed completely. The wake up call was that Sunday.
And that was about what, 10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years ago.
Okay.
10 years ago. Man, you know more than I do.
Well, I remember you and Dawn, and I remember that era, and I remember 613 and you coming into the community, and I remember the men's retreat.
Yes. And that men's retreat, man, dude, it was amazing. It was amazing experience. And obviously when you're just you let everything go, you're at the men's retreat and you're just focused spiritually. And it's like you call it the Sabbath, right? We Sabbath and reset and push family, work, pressures, everything that we do in our daily lives. We just get up there, man, and we just commune with God. It's just a powerful
thing.
It's a powerful thing, and it was an amazing thing for me, and I just decided to just choose.
Go his way.
Yep. No fence. No more fence.
Love it.
Love it. I just got off the fence. It was either stick with what I was doing or I was going to go with God.
Yep.
So I had to choose. Of course, I chose God. Who can go wrong with
God?
Who
can go wrong with that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So that was the turning point for me 10 years ago.
Wow.
And it really has been a good ride ever since.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's been great having you part of the team. And specifically when we launched Dust Patrol.
Right.
One of the 3 amigos stepped up big.
Wow.
Outside your comfort zone.
Big time.
Started teaching and delivering messages, praying through messages, working on them.
Right.
And trusting God, stepping out in faith.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Amazing.
It's just unbelievable that I, just answered that call, and I just didn't know where I was going to go.
No.
I was expecting to be fired after the first meeting. I was like...
well, you were, but I rehired you.
I was going to get my walking papers. I was like, wow,
you're fantastic.
Man,
you're a great human being. You're a great example of what it is to follow the Lord. Great example.
Yes.
Not perfect. None of us.
No.
Humble, enthusiastic, love the Lord, trusting the Lord.
Right.
Do your homework. lived a little bit of when I say lived a little bit, I mean you look at culture through the lens of this is what God's doing. I can use this, and I can see Him working in this, and I can apply that to that.
Right.
You know, and it's just really fun watching you grow and stretch and learn and be challenged.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your family's growing.
It's growing.
3 children, 20, what are the ages?
24, 22, and 21.
Wow.
In next month. October 10th, 21.
Felipe.
No, Eva. Felipe is 22.
22.
Yeah.
And he was at Dawn Patrol.
He was
really good seeing him.
Yes.
Did he enjoy it?
Yeah. We were half asleep, you know, when we first got there, but we spoke a little bit afterwards, and I asked him about the message, and I said, well, there's you know, and there's a lot of questions that he had, you know, and he was
really,
he was curious about, you know, the relationship of a father and a son. And,
oh wow!
And we just talked briefly about, you know, your experience, you know, and the longing you had for your father, to have a father, an earthly father, and how blessed he was to have a father, you know, and how blessed I was to have a father.
Yes, indeed.
You know, and you know, it's just a good moment for him to just realize that what he has, he shouldn't take for granted, you know.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Right.
There's a little spoiler alert, and this is for the kiddies that get to listen to the podcast, unlike my friend Duran, who just randomly, whenever he feels like it, logs on 2 or 3 times in a year to check podcasts. Some guys are faithful with it, Duran, just so you know. But I didn't get to the end because I rattled on and had a lot of fun this morning.
Right.
And it was a lot of energy there.
Right.
But the treehouse book, when you open the book, it's not about building the treehouse. It's the dad needs to come to the rescue because the kid doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
And that was the dream.
Wow.
That my dad would rescue me.
Right.
And didn't happen.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
And there he is in the treehouse after Dad helped him.
Dude, you should have stopped talking to JP and got to the real
JP,
deal.
he likes to take over things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, JP, I'm trying to get to the message.
Get to the message.
No, he's a good man.
No, but that's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
And we were talking about that. We were just talking, you know, it resonated with him. I said, hey, you know, be blessed.
Yep.
Be blessed that we have.
And not perfect, none of us.
No, but more than anything, be blessed that you have a father in heaven who watches you all the time.
All the time.
And he's going to be with you.
Is he coming tonight, Felipe?
No, he's at home. He was doing a little job for me. Got behind. He was all dirty. Got to do the podcast. Got to get up here, up the hill. So I left him out there.
What's the job?
He was doing I was building a deck.
You're building the deck?
Yeah, in the back. It's a small one.
Are you qualified for that?
As qualified as it's my house, dude. So it qualifies me. My pad, my qualification, you know, if it comes out, it comes out. Yeah, you know, I like to work with my hands.
You like it? Yeah.
I like to think I know.
Yeah.
But when it comes out, it came out pretty nice. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How big?
It's 8 feet by 4 feet, and it's 2 steps.
So it's a little stoop.
It's a stoop.
Yeah.
It's a little. I call it a deck because
it's a little porch.
It's bigger than what I had.
Yeah. Yeah. You sit out there? No.
No.
Transition.
No, just to get out into the backyard.
Good.
Yeah.
New house last year you moved in.
Yeah. So I'm still doing little tiny things like that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And Mama still likes the new house?
Oh yeah. We're you know, it's been a year now, so we're still getting used to it. We're still getting used to the neighbors. You know, and I'm still meeting some of these people. I mean, it's like we made cookies for Christmas. You know, we used to do that. Linda did that in the old neighborhood.
Okay.
She used to make homemade
That's
Christmas
fun.
cookies, right? Those sugar cookies,
Yeah.
and the kids would just decorate the hell out of them, and they would be, you know, pretty nice looking, and go out and, you know, into the neighbors and with the neighbors and give them their cookies. And so we did that.
And they like that
here, and some of them were kind of taken back by it.
Yeah.
You know, like, whoa, you know. I said, well, you know, it's a way to break the ice. And so some of them are kind of like, you know, wow, this was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But some of them are really, you know, cool, and they were thanking us so much for you know, the cookies, and we're talking
That's
to them,
a blessing.
and actually they, you know, the neighbors across the street, they brought over a present.
Oh, really?
Thinking they owed us something for the cookies. I know that wasn't the point. It was just a, you know,
gift. Yeah.
gift, and we're going to do that again this year.
Good.
So So, it's just a neighborhood thing.
That's a fantastic. So, Duran, you're how old?
57.
57.
57.
Wow, you look great. I wouldn't take you on in the back alley.
57. No. I'm too old already.
Hey, 2 questions.
Yeah.
One is, what did you hear from? You shared with Felipe. It was great. You were there, father and son. What did you hear from the Lord today, if anything?
That we've got opportunities. You told a story about the
guys,
the lady, the lady out and who was
the lady, yeah,
you
had at Home Depot.
You had a C note.
Yep.
And you were thinking
a Benny.
You were thinking about it, and it's and it kind of like, well, I kinda,
hesitated.
You hesitated, and that happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've got opportunities, neighbors.
Yeah, you doing cookies. I'm thinking my hands got a little tingly. I sweaty. It's like,
wow, I'm like, and they could have had a question, or they could have,
mm-hmm.
something could have came up,
mm-hmm.
And it could have went beyond that. But we got opportunities every day, and I get opportunities at work every day, and it's set up on a T for me.
On a T.
It's like I've got the opportunity to spread the gospel. I've got the opportunity to make a disciple. I've got the opportunity to show
love people. Just love people with no agenda. Just be you, fully you.
Right.
Opportunity just to embrace people.
Right. And sometimes we pass those.
Yeah.
We do, and I got to admit, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I pass up a lot of situations, man, just because I'm busy and I get focused on something.
You got to go. That was powerful about walking in the Spirit.
Right.
Walk.
Right.
Slow down.
And I'm running.
Yeah, we're all running.
I'm catching myself running through everything.
Legacy. What would you like your legacy to be when you're 107?
107.
40 years from now.
40 years, if it's 107, my legacy is just to be alive.
Oh, that's not. Well, he's still breathing. That's a weak legacy. What would you like your legacy to be? I mean, it's good to think about.
That I was able to be, and that was one of our questions at Dust Patrol, was our legacy that we threw around. And my answer to that was that I just to be loved, that people love me, especially my family. That
they loved you.
That they love me. That
so
I was
you were loved.
Exactly. That I was.
People loved having you around.
Yes.
You were a blessing.
Yes.
You brought joy.
Yes.
You brought things that people loved.
Right.
To have you around.
Right. Because there was a time where I was going to lose all of that. That was my turning point, bro. There was a time where I was mean, vicious, hateful, vindictive. Name it. That's where I was pushing my family.
Pushing your family, yeah.
And the family was hating me, and the family was,
Vámonos.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Vámonos?
Vámonos,
yeah.
Yes. Even my wife, so that's where.
That'll wake you up, yeah.
That was a wake-up call. So I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on that legacy.
Of love, being loved.
Of being loved. Of being loved by my family, by my brothers, and in Christ, by just having some sort of influence on people in that aspect, on not being who I was, but being Christ-like as much as
and changing and transforming,
yes.
growing.
Yes,
as an older man.
Yes,
showing your family you can change.
You can change, and it's not too late.
You can grow. You're not that bro that doesn't grow.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You hit it on the nail. All right. I want to grow.
Yeah.
I want to be transformed.
In motion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always growing, changing.
Yes. And those are the key things.
Yeah.
One of them is to love people, to not miss opportunities, to take those opportunities, to slow down, not run, just slow down a little bit. And God will present those opportunities for you and for me.
Last question.
Yep.
What are you excited about this season at Dust Patrol? This year, this season, this series?
Well, I'm excited because we are growing.
Mm-hmm.
We are growing. We've got new guys coming in. So I just hope that that the word really resonates with our guys.
Mm-hmm.
What whatever the message is, that message really touches the souls of these guys, and that they can really see that God is really doing things with our men, with them,
and calling us to a greater
purpose, so that we can, we can grow in Christ, be transformed, get off the fence.
Well, I'm speaking tonight, so I'll be thinning the crowd. You have a whole year to build the thing back up. Duran, the first Dust Patrol official podcast. I love you. Love your family. Love what you're about. Love who you're becoming. Love your gifts and how you use your gifts. Love your what you mean to Stanford. We didn't even get into your profession,
right,
and your art and your Impala. So much depth to you.
Plenty of time for that.
Yeah. And I can't wait to be with you tonight at Dust Patrol.
Right on. Sounds good.
And thanks for coming to Dawn Patrol twice a year.
Oh, yeah.
And then she starts work, you can't get there.
Yep, that's it. This will probably be my first and last.
First and last.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yep.
See you guys on Sunday. Wednesday. He won't let you fall.
No.
Wednesday at Dawn Patrol 6 a.m. Dust Patrol 6:30. Follow us on the YouTube channel. YouTube people, what's up? Dawn Patrol men and Dust Patrol people. Dawn Patrol podcast doesn't mean you're not involved in it.
Right.
It's a men's thing. Ladies, you're welcome as well. Whoop, whoop.
Right on.